That's an air gun blasting a car mat clean. This is a palm hammer that fits in your back pocket. A cordless hot knife that slices foam like butter. A grease gun with a headlight on the nose. And a scanner that finds the wires before your drill does. Plus one handle that carries a propane tank and a sheet of plywood. 10 brand new tools. So hit subscribe and let's get into it. Let's start with the one you'll actually keep in a drawer. It's a palm hammer. You grip it like a fist and drive a nail with a short, controlled tap instead of full swing. There are 3 different strike plates on it. A steel face, a hex drive for turning screws, and a non-marring side for tapping a paint lid shut without denting it. Nail pullers on both sides, a ruler down the edge, a square, and yet a bottle opener. And the reason it works is where the weight sits, right over your knuckles, so you're pushing the nail in rather than swinging at it. Con? It's a palm hammer. Framing a deck with this would take you all day. But for hanging pictures and light repairs, honestly, it beats a claw hammer. Next up, the boring tool that saves you the most swearing. It's a cordless task light, 140 lumens, pivoting head, and it runs off the same V20 battery as the rest of that lineup. Doesn't sound like much until you're under a sink at 9 at night, holding a phone in your teeth. This one hangs, it sticks to steel, and it'll clip onto a VersaTrack rail if you've got one. Con, and it's a real one, the battery is sold separately. If you're not already in the V20 family, that's a chunk of the price right there. Quick one for the comments. Which of these 10 have you actually seen in a real store? Okay, this one looks like nothing, and then you watch it work. It's a plastic handle with a hook on one end and a jaw on the other, and it turns awkward stuff into something you can carry one-handed. Sheet of plywood, it grabs the edge and you just walk it. 5-gallon bucket, propane tank, recycle bin, a stack of grocery bags, same handle. It even pops the lid off a bucket. And it's all plastic, so there's nothing to rust and nothing to pinch your fingers. There's a built-in hook on it too, so you can hang bags off it while your other hand is full, and it's assembled in the USA if that matters to you. The one that surprised me was the ladder. You hook it under a rung and walk an extension ladder across a yard without wrestling it. Con? It's a lever, not magic. It doesn't make a sheet of OSB lighter. It just gives your hand somewhere sane to be. For the money, I'd take it. Now something a bit weird. It's a cordless hot knife for foam. USB lithium for volt, and the wire heats up in under 2 minutes, then it just glides. No crumbs, no crushed edges, none of that bread knife nonsense. Cutting tool inserts for a case, shaping craft foam, trimming insulation, it melts a clean edge as it goes. Con? It's foam only. But for that one job, nothing else comes close. This next one is a 3-in-1, and I mean that literally. It's a bench vise, a clamp, and a tool holder. The base is a suction cup. You flip the lever and it locks onto any smooth surface, so you're not drilling holes in your kitchen table, just on a vise. The head swivels and tilts, so you bring the work to a comfortable angle instead of bending your neck over it. And the cradle holds your rotary tool while you swap bits. Honestly, the reason I rate it is scale. It's a vise for someone working at a kitchen table rather than in a workshop, and almost nothing fills that gap. Con? That suction base needs a smooth, flat surface. On rough timber, it's just a clamp. But on a bench or a countertop, it's brilliant. Remember that opening shot? That's this one. It's a turbo air blow gun, and the nozzle spins the air into a vortex instead of firing a straight jet, which is why it clears a whole panel in one pass instead of chasing dust around the mat. It runs at about 6 bar, 80 liters a minute, and the whole thing weighs 163 grams, so your wrist doesn't get tired. There's a standard 7.2 millimeter coupler on the bottom, so it drops straight onto whatever hose you already own. Engine bays, floor mats, a chain on a bike, chips off a mill table. It's one of those tools you end up using every single day. Con? It's loud, 91 decibels, so wear the ear protection, and obviously you need a compressor to feed it. Every car should have one of these in the glove box. It's a cordless mini compressor, 3.6 volt, 3 amp hour battery, and it'll push 150 psi, which is 10.3 bar. You dial in the pressure you want, hit the button, and it stops on its own. That's the bit that matters. No standing there squinting at a gauge, no overinflating a bike tire. Car tires, bikes, a football, a pool float, an airbed, and the adapter store right in the handle. You pre-select by what you're actually inflating, so you're not looking up pressures on your phone, and there's an LED on it for a roadside stop in the dark. Gun? It's small, so a properly flat car tire takes a while. It's a top-up pump, not a garage compressor. Judged as that, it's excellent. If you've ever knelt on gravel pumping a manual grease gun until your forearm burned, this one's for you. It's a cordless electric grease gun. You pull the trigger and it just pumps. They're a lock-on trigger, so you can hold pressure without squeezing. It takes a 14-ounce cartridge, and there's a 40-inch hose, so you can reach a fitting behind a wheel without dismantling half the machine. And look at that LED. It lights the actual fitting, which sounds trivial right up until you're under a tractor. 2 batteries in the kit, so one's always charged. And there's a plunger release on the back, so you bleed the air out before you start, which is usually the exact reason a grease gun stops feeding on you. Gun? It's heavy next to a manual gun, and grease is messy no matter what you spend. This is the one that stops you drilling into a live cable. It's a wall scanner. You sweep it across the wall, and it tells you what's underneath. Live wiring down to 5 centimeters, wooden studs down to 2.5, metal down to 10. There's a color touchscreen with a step-by-step guide built into it, so you're not stood there reading a manual, and it auto-calibrates when you set it against the wall. Then it marks the spot for you, right through the middle. There's a wall sensor in it that checks the tool is actually flat against the surface before it trusts a reading, which sounds fussy until you realize most false positives come from tilting the thing. Gun? Any detector can be fooled. Foil-backed insulation, damn plaster, it happens. Treat it as very good information, not a guarantee. But I've stopped guessing, and my walls are grateful. And here's the big one. It's a job site power hub, and it solves the mess. 6 15-amp outlets, all surge protected, all covered so they're not sitting open in the dust. For USB ports, 2 of them USB-C. A built-in GFCI, so you're not hunting for an adapter. And a 5,000 lumen work light on top that rotates and tilts to light the actual work instead of the ceiling. It stands upright, which keeps your plugs off a wet floor, and 50 feet of 12-gauge cord wraps into the frame instead of tangling in your truck. The light sits up on a mast, so it throws over your work instead of straight into your eyes. Gun? It's the priciest thing here by a mile, and it's heavy. But if you run a crew, it replaces 3 separate things. That's my pick of the 10. That's all 10, and every link is down in the description. If I'm buying 2 of them, it's that carry handle and the Klein PowerHub, one of the cheapest things here and the most expensive. Tell me which one earns a spot in your toolbox. Drop it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.